And I'm going to talk from my experience and my husband's. It made a huge difference in both of our lives, I guess you'd say, but definitely both of our health. I had started taking the product a little over a year ago. It was my favorite thing. Yes, Super Bio Slender is SBS. My favorite part was the cap. And I immediately was so happy that I didn't have the little capsule inside flopping around. I loved that it was contained in the cap. So if you haven't noticed that yet, it's one of my favorite features. So thanks, Huxley. And I started taking KSD, so the super drink, SBS, and Bio 88. All three together are magic. I will say SBS made a humongous impact on our lives, and we really noticed it when my husband had a very bad colitis attack. We did not know anything about it. He had a rupture in his colon, had a small perforation that he was going septic. It was a huge issue. SBS, so KSD was one of the only things he could get down and absorb other than bone broth, and he was about over bone broth for a while there. But we started putting him on the SBS and having him take it, and it was amazing how much of a difference it made in his just daily digestion and processing. Because I always said, don't you pay attention to your body? And he said, I really don't think guys pay attention or are in tune with their bodies the way women are. And I would agree with that. Men, sorry, but I really feel like we really have a lot going on as women. And with men, it's a little more status quo. They definitely know when something's wrong or they're not feeling well. But he was like, I had no idea that I could feel like this. Everything didn't have to be such a process, if you will. So for both of us, it made a huge difference. And for me, my peace of mind with him then, after having all of the episodes and the hospitalizations and things like that, has made a big difference. It's been a year now, and he went in and actually had a colonoscopy, and they were floored. They were like, oh my gosh, you have this small area. It's not even an inch big, where it still doesn't look great, but everything else, doctor said, is pristine. And I was like, let's not talk about the insides of our guts like that. But he said, it is so beautiful. We are so impressed. Usually if someone has something like he does, you don't see that. The rest of everything is a mess. But our minds and our assumption is that it has healed a lot of other things as well. And it's definitely improved other things within his colon and everything inside, since we can't see it all the time. For me, I think the SBS has really helped decrease my migraines. I know that the Bio 88, when I take it and it puts in all the good, that's great. But I think the SBS really helps flush the bad for me. I also don't get the bloating and the pain that I would get during digestion now with SBS. I swear by them. In fact, for me, if you took away KSD, please don't ever do that. But if I had to pick, I would go with SBS and Bio 88 first, and then add in the KSD after, because they've made such a big impact just overarchingly with our whole digestive health. And then the KSD is kind of like the cherry on top. That's great. Our kids love it. And even my boys, when they aren't feeling well, or we're just kind of have had maybe like a weekend away, or we've been traveling, I'll give them some SBS to just kind of help flush the stuff that we normally aren't used to in our diet, just kind of help pull it all out and get rid of it. So for us, overall digestion has really improved drastically with the introduction of SBS, and we don't like to be without it at all.